Alright, what is going on today, everybody? Welcome back to the With Road Racing YouTube channel. Today we're going to be mounting this Griffin radiator in the back of my 1985 Chevrolet S10. I'm going to be welding the side brackets and the fan shroud tabs and side plates on the radiator so I can mount it under the back of the truck. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Alright, y'all, so we have this Griffin radiator we need to weld tabs on so that we can hold the fan shroud onto the radiator. Basically what I'm going to do is I took this angle and I cut it, and I'm going to put it on the radiator like that, and then I've got this aluminum bar, and I'm going to take it and it'll basically go in between there and weld it on the fan shroud and drill and tap it so that I can thread bolts into it. Alright, so we got the welder set. We're going to start on 98 amp and see what that does. We got it set on aluminum. We got a full tank of gas, so let's get into it. Alright, so just like that, we got the first one done. They're okay. This is like my second time welding aluminum, but they'll hold for sure. I might weld this end right here. I don't know yet, but I got 3 more to weld on, and then we'll be ready to start making tabs for this to weld, to weld on there so that they'll hold on, or they'll stay together. So yeah. Okay, y'all, so just like that, we've got all 4 tabs welded on the radiator. I got a little bit better as I went on. Alright, y'all, so I didn't video this, turning this rod into these little things right here. But those are about $4, $5 online. I made this for free. All I did was drill it in the lathe. If I didn't have a lathe, I don't know what I'd do, but I drilled through all these at the same time and then made trips back and forth and made them the right length for this in between all of these. And then I went over there and cut them and then tapped them, and now a bolt threads through them. But yeah, now I need to take this hose right here and cut it in half and make a fan shroud weather stripping seal for the radiator so that it doesn't rub a hole in this and it'll leak if you don't. So I'm going to do that, and I'll catch back up with y'all. Alright, so now that I've got the spaghetti hose cut, is what I call it, spaghetti hose. It's vacuum tube for vacuum lines. I just cut it in half and laid it on the radiator so it acts as a seal so it doesn't rub a hole in it, in the radiator. So now I'm going to put this on there and start welding my little brackets on there. Alright, y'all, so I had to do a little bit of modifications. I had to get the wires out of the fan shroud because they went inside. I don't know why they did that, but I moved these outside, and then I'm going to put this shroud on there now and drill holes in these brackets and then put my little tabs I made on. So yeah, I'm gonna put y'all on time lapse and get going. All right, so y'all are probably getting tired of time lapse, but I got this one and this one welded on. They look pretty bad, but they're really hard to weld because it's thin metal. But I'm gonna get the other side welded on, and I'm gonna catch y'all up with me after I get them welded on. Okay, so just like that, I've got all these little tabs welded on the shroud. Some of them don't look the best, but they will hold. And just like that, I bolted it in. I think it turned out pretty good for stuff that I found around the shop. But now we're gonna go try and mount this thing in the truck and see how hard that's gonna be. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna be using the transmission jack to to hold this radiator up so I can mock it up. I'm gonna find a strap real quick so I can put this radiator on there and strap it around it so it doesn't fall off. And then we're gonna get to figuring out how to put this up in here. Okay, guys. So I think I've got an idea on how I'm gonna mount this radiator in the back of the truck. I'm gonna weld these flat plates on the side of the radiator like this, just so that whenever I go to weld a bracket on here, it doesn't rip the side of the radiator out, because that would be really bad. But I'm gonna get to welding this in. I'm gonna put y'all on time lapse, and then we're gonna work on getting it mounted up in the truck. So yeah. All right, y'all. So I've got this one and this side welded. I'm gonna cut it off right here, and I'm gonna keep welding. I'm gonna weld all the way down this side and do the top, and then I'm gonna go start cutting a plate for the other side and do the other side, and I'll catch back up to y'all when I get both sides done. Okay, y'all. So I've got this side welded on, and then I didn't do this side just because of that little dent right there. And this side, somebody else said they wanted to try and practice. I don't know why it looks so rough. Ooh, that's hot. But I'm gonna go ahead and mock it up. I think I'm going to remove this rivet on both sides and bolt. Well, let me grab a piece of angle. So I'm gonna take this angle and do it like this on the radiator. That's why I welded this on there, so that it doesn't really try to rip the side of the radiator out if something were to happen. And then I'm gonna mount it something like this and bolt it where that rivet goes and put a shock bushing in between it, and that'll absorb some of the impact of like bumps and stuff on the road, because we are going to drive this truck a lot. But I'm going to remove those rivets on both sides and then jack this radiator back up and then see what we can do from there. All right, y'all, so I've got these rivets out on both sides. I don't know, some trucks may have these, some may not if you're doing this on an S10, but I'm taking and using the original exhaust hanger holes, and I need a little bit longer piece, which I have about 4 foot. What's going on here? Focus. All right, y'all, so we've got this bracket I started welding on. This is what I'm going to use to mount the radiator on the truck. I'm going to finish welding this one. I got to weld this one and 2 more on there. So I'm going to start welding. I'm going to put you on time lapse again, and let's get to welding. Okay, so I got this one finished welded. I'm gonna go ahead and weld the rest of these because it's gonna take a while, because I'm gonna have to let the welder cool down because it's really hot already. But because we're welding really thick metal. But yeah, so I'm gonna weld that one and the other 2, and then we're gonna get ready to mount this in the truck. So yeah. All right, so I'm all finished welding now. I got all 4 of these angle brackets put on, top and bottom. Well, top and bottom. Now I'm going to go put it back up in the truck and start getting it mocked up so I can drill holes in it. And on this one, on both sides, I'm gonna have to notch it out to about right here so that it'll clear the leaf spring. But it shouldn't really affect the structure. I think it'll still be pretty strong. I may gusset it, I don't know. But I'm gonna go start putting this up in the back of the truck and see where we can go from there. Okay, y'all, so I think I said I was gonna catch up back up with y'all once I got this in the truck, but I got all these welded on. I think I already said that, but I got all the holes drilled, and then I had to clearance this for the hanger, and then I had to clearance this one on both sides for the leaf spring. And then I'm gonna take shock bushings and put it in between the radiator brackets and the frame so that it'll hold vibration. And so now I'm just getting it bolted all up, and just like that. It's turning out pretty good. It's a lot better than I thought it would. But I'm gonna set y'all up on time lapse again and get this bolted up. Okay, just like that, I've got the radiator bolted in. I think I forgot to put y'all on time lapse, but yeah. What I did was I just put a rubber shock bushing in between the frame and this on every bracket, and I clearanced all these so that they won't hit the spring when it goes all the way up. And then I clearanced these just a little bit, so there's a little bit of room for this shackle to go back. Both sides, just like that. The radiator's got a little bit of angle. You probably can't see it, but that's how you mount a radiator under the back of an S10. Alright, so just like that, we got a new Griffin radiator mounted under the back of the S10. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button. But that's how you mount a radiator under the back of an S10. Yeah, it's very complicated. I had to figure out how to do this on my own because nobody really mounts one under the back of an S10 like this. Everybody normally mounts them in the bed. But yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all on the next one.